Awesome,
yes,
awesome.
I love it.
I am here with Jessie Cochran, one of my great friends from Mantra of Morta. Say hello to everybody, Jessie.
Hello to everybody, Jessie.
Hi. She is quite literal
Hi,
with the
Steve.
interview.
I said none of this was going to be serious, and I meant it.
Yeah, I believed it. And I have sincerely missed you, my friend.
Oh my gosh, no, that's going to be serious, because I miss you too, Steve. I just, like I was saying earlier, man, I feel like you guys are home away from home when we get to come up to Michigan. When we get to see you, Lila Arboretum, Music Factory, wherever we are, when we come to Michigan, you guys are family. It's home away from home, and I will travel through the cold for everybody, for all of you, because you make it worth it once we get there.
Oh man, we appreciate that so much. You guys make it worth it every time we have you out to an event. Obviously, we've been friends for a long time. I've been having you guys out to shows since I think before Michigan Metal Fest, or was it it's been a long time.
It was before Michigan Metal Fest, because we did that East Coast tour, and we
Maple
started
House
that
Party.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude. Because I remember, like, I was kind of freaked out because the mic was cutting out a couple times, and I was like, fuck it, I don't need a mic. And I just, like, stood up there and was screaming to everybody, like, in their fucking faces. We had a great time. Yeah, we had a great time that night. Oh my God. But that was a blip ago. Because, God, we played Michigan Metal Fest for the first time 2019, right? So that was before then.
Yeah, I think that was, like 17 or something like that. Or it might have been 18.
Time.
But yeah, it was definitely
something like that.
So long ago. But yeah, so we've had you guys back quite a few times since then. We had you on the Miss Michigan Metal event. That was really fun.
That was blast. You know, oh my gosh,
we loved those events, man. And it was a hard thing to manage. It was a lot of work for something that wasn't in the books for us necessarily. After a few years of doing it, we kind of realized that yes, we want to do a meaningful event. Is it this one? And that was not necessarily that. It might be something.
Yeah, there was a
that's
lot
amazing.
of moving components to that. There was a lot of different moving pieces to that. It wasn't just throwing a show. It was, a whole nother thing, a whole nother undertaking. So it was great while you guys had it. It really was.
You were a judge one year.
Yeah. That was with
Megan.
From Casket
Megan
Robbery.
from Casket
Great
Robbery.
friends. Yes.
And I want
Shannon Maston.
Shannon Razorblade.
Shannon,
Maston, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was Razorblade, yeah.
It was Razorblade for a long time, so I still get that in my head. I love Shannon so much. Oh my God, and Megan.
She's
so close to both those guys.
Amazing women, and special shout outs if you ladies are watching. I love you. Deeply. Truly.
Yes, same. I do whatever I can with Megan when they come around. We put them on shows as much as we can. We absolutely love the camp, everybody in it. They're family, just like you guys, It's this big family feel, and that's what
genuine people
what attracts
that will
me.
really just, they'll take the shirts off their backs for you. I mean, they will do anything for anybody. Like, they really actually care. It's not just like, let's go out here and play these shows and be rock stars. Like, it's a community, it's a family. Like, we're building something,
Absolutely. That's true. All right, I got some questions for you. I hope that's cool with you.
Yeah, let's do it.
Question
we
number
got
1.
some answers.
Oh,
yes.
all right. How long have you been a musician? And what inspired you to take the plunge to get in or start a band? I don't know if you started your first band, or I don't know if you just got in a first band. I don't know if this is your first band. I need to know a little bit more.
Okay. So I didn't really consider myself a musician until I got over my imposter syndrome. So like, how long have you been a musician is a loaded question, because I feel like I just settled into my musicianship within the past, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. Because we've been Mantra of Morta since 2015. But like, music has just kind of always been a part of me. Like, I've been singing ever since I could talk. And like, when it came down to it, honestly, like, I would just mimic sounds in nature and like songs that I heard. And like, I quite literally mean just like mimic the sounds. And like, I would be able to catch on to melodies, or like sit down at a keyboard and just like sing it right back to people, and like sing it right back. Like, my choir director said, like, I was in swing choir and stuff. So like, I guess I considered myself a musician back then, but like, I didn't really understand what that meant until later on, I guess. Does that make sense? I don't know.
Absolutely.
So like, doing swing choir and being a jazz vocalist and applying my classical training to like when I first picked up a guitar, or like, I didn't really go far with the keyboard because I got frustrated, because I could sing things very quickly, but like, I could hear it in my head and I could sing it, but like, finding it on the keyboard,
yeah,
you know, it took me time. And when I can just sing it back and have somebody else, like my choir director would play, or like somebody would play the keyboard for me, and then I would sing, you know, whatever, and write that way. Like, I started to write music when I was about 14. Like,
okay.
I don't know how deep you want to go into this, because man,
what was it that inspired you to get into a band? Where was that threshold point? Like, did you see a certain performance, or did you like go somewhere and you saw something that's like, dude, okay, I got to do this with my life?
So I sang ever since I was little, right? And my family put me in like competitions and stuff. And so like, I would go around to like county fairs and all that, and do like different like talent shows, or like singing competitions. And okay. I got really tired of it very quickly. And so like, my family, like my cousins and stuff, they were like, so Pickles played drums for us for many years. And he's like a brother, technically my cousin, but more like a brother. So we had him playing drums, and then my cousin Terry, he played guitar. And like, I wanted to write my own music, because I had a traumatic childhood. And I wrote a lot of poetry, but like, I could write the music in my head, but I needed to be able to play it, right? So like, Terry taught me how to read tabs, you know?
Okay.
Read the tabs online, like, because that was back when you didn't really have like YouTube and shit like that, man. Like, you had to go and read like actual tablature if you wanted to learn shit. So like,
yeah, he
taught me how to read tabs, and I learned chords and stuff, and I would just sit in my bedroom, and it was therapy to me. I just write music, just write down my poetry, and use it to get my emotions out. And then like, I didn't know if I really ever wanted to perform it, because it sat very close to my heart, you know. I didn't know if I wanted to, who I wanted to share that with. Of course I shared it with friends and things.
Yeah.
But like, as far as like taking it to a band, you know, I wanted to be in a band, but I didn't necessarily want to take the music that I wrote to a band setting. Does that make sense? It was more acoustic stuff. So, I don't know, man. I was probably 13 or 14 years old. And this is where it gets hard, because people are like, okay, who are your influences? And it's like, I really don't want to talk about it. Because I remember being 13 or 14 years old, going through the shit that I went through it, and hearing OTEP for the first time.
Yeah.
Here I heard OTEP, and I was like, okay, well, like, because I'd heard Lamb of God, I'd heard Slipknot, and dudes doing it, you know. I heard men making these fucking awesome guttural noises that was just like badass, and I wanted to be able to do that, but I didn't know like how to even begin doing that. But I was always known as the singer that had like the rasp, like I had like the gravel in my voice, I guess, and I wanted to take it, I wanted to apply it to, you know, harder music. And so then like I heard OTEP for the first time, and I was like, damn, she's taking all of these real ass moments that she's gone through, and she is using music as alchemy, you know, using it as a catharsis for all of that. And like the reason why I don't really like talking about it now is just because you watch your heroes kind of stick their foots in their mouth. You know?
Oh, I've seen it, with plenty of my heroes, too, over the years. And it's like, okay, you know what? I think that's why I'm so cumbersome when I meet people, you know, whether they got a reputation or they're famous or not. I'm usually pretty just normal, because it's like I understand completely that, like, there's this whole mystique to them that they've created around, hang with me, our mental illness. You know, most of the artists, they make art because of what they struggle with. And then, you know, to see that take its shape and take its form in the rest of their life is something that we're just not really meant to see, you know. And that's what makes social media so hard, is it really puts people's real personalities out there more, when their images were something that we handled better.
Right.
You know, so just to get their music image out there and have that as the only thing you base it off of is a pure thing, you know. And to be able to see into everyone's lives like we do now, I feel is a disadvantage for all of us.
Everybody talks.
It also makes everybody feel like they're an artist too, and this is no offense to anybody who wants to be an artist or works on it, but there's a diluted side of this that goes on now, to where, you know, it's everybody gets an award kind of thing again, you know. I don't know, I have a hard time with social media, because there's not real content, and all the money and all the badges and all the good things are all going to these people that are just rehashing things. Not to
fake.
hop off subject
a lot
too
of it
much,
is
but
fake.
yeah, I mean, it's
a
frustrating
lot of it
to
is
go
fake,
through this. And real
it
artists,
really is,
they
because
struggle.
you see the real artists go by the wayside. You are so right. You see people leaning towards things that look good, but is the talent really there? And like, it's easy for people to get so. Yeah. So
you know,
I don't.
Like, it's so easy to resell that thing that people already bought. Like, yeah, they bought it, so it's easy to say I can sell this again, and that's not what real artists want at all. You know, they just want to make something for people that's different.
Then there's no alchemy. It's not catharsis at that point, because then it's just derivative, you know. And there's a difference between being derivative and like paying an homage to an artist that you look up to, and you can say, "Yo, I was really influenced. I was very influenced by this, and I wanted to take my own spin on it and put this on it." You know, like when we did the Master of Puppets cover, I was like, when we were approached with that, I was like, "Holy shit! Would I have ever thought that I would have done a Master of Puppets cover?" No, never. But like, I'm so happy that we did, because I learned so much about my vocals, and like I learned so much about just like, you know, you hear something and you're like, this is what it is, but it's like, can we even do this any differently? And I didn't think that we could, and I didn't want to disrespect it either, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So there's just like a fine line of like what's art and what is just regurgitated bullshit. And I didn't want it to be regurgitated bullshit, you know.
Yeah, and we get that a lot.
And we
in
had Mark
metal.
Rizzo on that. Oh my God, we had Mark Rizzo come in and do some of the solo stuff on that. It was just amazing all around. I can't talk about that without putting that out there, you know.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But
Why
yeah,
would you?
to circle back, I'm so sorry. This is going to be boom, 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 squirrel. That's how this conversation is going to be.
Oh,
but to circle back, like,
you worked with Mark Rizzo though?
Well, I mean, I didn't like play guitar like with Mark Rizzo or anything, but like he came in and worked with us.
Oh, that's
like,
cute.
And he come in and yeah.
I did it, Ken.
That's cute. It's just the backpack kid. That's cute. I did. Yeah.
Let's go.
That
let's
was
hit
you
our
caught me
next
off
question.
guard. Wait, did I even
cute.
hang on, because let me circle back real quick and make sure I finish my thought, because that's the thing. I'll go on tangents and not even finish my thought, and that's my neurospicy brain. But you know, it is what it is. So yeah, I started playing in a band when I was 14, and we just played in garages, man. We would jam in our parents' garages, whoever, you know, just moved the equipment wherever it needed to go. And then Jeremy Starkey, who is the guitar player for Hell Came Home, he actually opened up a venue in Muncie, and it was the Played Inn, and we would play there like goddamn dude every weekend. We would just have all the local bands and stuff, all the kids that were artists, and we would go there and we would fucking jam, or we'd rent out the Lions Club, you know, and play music there. So it was really cool to be able to jump into that side of things, because it's so different writing your own music in your bedroom, you know, and writing it that way as opposed to writing it with a group of people, you know. Writing it with a group of people is just like, I don't know, there's a little bit more leeway. It's vulnerable, but not as vulnerable as what I felt when I was writing my own acoustic stuff. But yeah.
Hell yeah. 14, that's pretty young. I was, I think, 9, I was like 24 or 25 when I first joined a band. I didn't start in music till I was 19.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, everybody's so different, and like, it wasn't good in the beginning. Like, it wasn't good at all, but I mean, you learn. That's how you learn. But there are photos. I think that's the craziest part is like, there are photos from when I was fucking 15 years old in the Lions Club, my black fucking Jinko pants, and
that's so cool though, you know, that then and now, you'll always have that. That's so cool.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's cool. I don't know if it might be cringe. I don't know.
Who are your top 3 influences?
So, my top 3 influences, man, that is a very difficult question. Because again, it's like, okay, so mimicking sounds in nature, mimicking sounds of other musicians that I looked up to. So I guess I would have to say, man, I was really influenced by System of a Down, because it was like the first time that I had heard like the fifths and sevenths, like the third, fifths, and sevenths of the harmonies working in that way with heavy music. And I was like, oh my gosh, the vocal musicality of this on top of this crazy chaos of instrumentation is so fucking badass. And then, you know, of course there's like Lamb of God, you know, you hear Randy Blythe and you're like, holy fucking shit. Or Slipknot, you hear Corey Taylor and you're like, holy shit. The first time as a kid, you know.
Yeah.
And then like, I would have to say like now, my influences now, it's changed so much, and it kind of circles back to what we were talking about earlier. It's like what's fake and what's not. And I have this weird thing with my brain where I can hear where things sit in people's throats. Does that make sense? Like like a guitar player can hear a certain tone and know what pedals being used or what filtration systems being used. I can, like, Jack Black is a huge inspiration because he does weird things with his voice that I can just sit there and listen to him do for hours. philosophers. Like, can't you see he's a man? Let me hear you applaud. He is more than a man. He's a shiny golden god. If you think it's time to fucking rock and fucking roll out of control. You know, like, I don't know. One
of my favorite parts of that movie. That probably is my favorite part of that movie.
Well, even just like Tenacious D, like their music,
the song,
like,
yeah.
But yeah, because that's classico, isn't it? I don't know.
I love Jack Black. I think he's one of the best vocalists around, man.
He's incredible with the things that he can do, and I've always been inspired by that. And like, he doesn't take himself too seriously, and I think that is something that I really admire, and aspire to be like, you know, because I don't want to be so fucking serious that like I get up there and can't have any fun. If I can't get up there and have any fun, or get in a vocal booth and have any fun, I don't. Like, what's the fucking point, man? Like, what's the point? But like, okay, so now, like, my influence now, female vocalist wise, it has to go to Libby from Bridge City Sinners. Have you listened to them at all?
I have heard bits.
It's kind of folk, so I mean, it's not like metal, you know. But I mean, it has metal aspects to it, because she does these goblin voices that are just fucking phenomenal. They're insane.
Send me something.
And okay, I will.
Like, I
drink
definitely
all
would check that out later.
poison, drink it down. Or like the Devil's Swing. I'll send you the Devil's Swing. You'll probably like that song. The Devil's Swing. Yeah, I like all kinds of music though. That's really the thing, is I love all sorts of different kinds of music. And if you are a vocalist,
I think I can tell in your delivery. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I think I can tell that you have a wide variety of interest in music just in watching you perform. You know, it's very much a mix.
This is an instrument. My voice is an instrument, and I want to learn all the different things that I can do with it. You know, and like. When we go and record music, I do not like to have a bunch of, like, we don't do a lot of auto-tune. We don't do a lot of the different vocal effects and stuff. If it serves the song, sure. But, like, I want to be able to do the things that I do in the booth. I want to be able to do them live. You know what I mean? And, like, if there's anything that's ever been, like, if they play, like, say the producer, like, puts an effect on my vocal, and I really like it, like, I'm going to say, hang on a second. And then I'm going to get in the booth, and I'm going to attempt it. I'm going to attempt it to do it just naturally, rather than have that effect on there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, there was a vocal effect for Et tu Brute. And Ben Shiegel was the one that recorded that, and he had thrown a vocal effect on something. I think it was called Altar Boy or something like that, which is super fucking ironic, so fucking weird. But what it did was it took all the brights out and like the mids, and it was just bass. It was just vestibular fold sounding, very like Phil Bozeman, you know, like that real nasty. And I was like, I want to do that. Like, I want to do that myself, you know? And so, like, got in there and learned how to manipulate that air. And it was the first time that I really, like, pushed myself to that degree. And now I do it all the time. Now I use it all the fucking time. Like, I cannot wait for you guys to hear this new music. Oh my God, we're sitting on so much new music. And I'm like, ah!
Good. I'm so excited, man.
Oh, I'm very thankful. Okay, so another influence I would have to say is Thomas, our Thomas Duvall, our other guitar player, because he comes up with these incredible compositions, and it inspires me to challenge myself in the writing capacity. It's like I hear a song and I'm like, whoa, how am I even gonna write to that? What do I even write to that? And I'm always so lost in the beginning, but there's the challenge. That is the joy in it. So I sit and I listen and I hear what emotions are evoked, and I kind of meditate on it. And then the lyrics will come to me, or, you know, I'll have an idea come to me, you know. And so I have to name him as one of my big influences. Beautiful. You know. Josh awesome. Too. I mean, I'm surrounded by so many incredible musicians now that it's like, that's circling back to that imposter syndrome and being like, can I call myself a musician? Oh my God, I look around and I'm like, can I call myself a musician in this group of people? But that's a blessing to be able to say that. To be able to say things like, holy shit, we fucking played with Necroglobicon. Holy shit, we fucking played with Avatar. Holy fucking shit, we played with Nita Strauss. You know, like, we played with Hatebreed. Twice. Once at Michigan Metal Fest, and then at Milwaukee Metal Fest. Holy shit, we got to stand side stage for Napalm Death. Like, is this real life, Steve? Is this fucking real life? I'm honored and blessed. I don't even know what to say. Besides, like, bring it on. Bring on 2025, man. Let's keep it going. And I want to bring everybody that's watching right now, I want to bring you all with us. Yeah, you got to get up close and personal. I don't even know, like, where. Right here, huh? Yeah. You have pretty blue eyes. Look at those pretty blue peepers.
Thank you. I know they hide behind glasses a lot. You got to get real close. It's so
lovely.
Pretty. I know, I'm in love with myself. I have to look at this every day. Good, man. You know, you gotta sit back sometimes. You gotta be like, dude, I've been sleeping on myself for too long. Okay, back to the questions. I'm sorry, this is going off on a tangent. No, you answered 2 questions inadvertently. You came in with the, let's see here, favorite bands to play with. I think you listed. What's the very favorite? What's the one favorite? One favorite band you played with?
One favorite band we've played with.
Just a favorite, like this one beats all. I can't believe we did it.
Well, it's different. It's different because, okay, so like, to see everything come full circle when we played Milwaukee Metal Fest and we got to stand side stage for Napalm Death, and growing up with Thomas wearing Napalm Death shirts all the time, and just, you know, like, knowing of just oh man, I don't know. You caught me because it's also really hard. It's like you play with these big bands like I said, like Hatebreed and Avatar and Napalm Death, and then you have this whole other side of things where it's like we've also made a community. So it's like, oh my God, we play with Pharaoh Hound, we play with Casket Robbery, we play with Squid Hammer. I mean, there are just so many other bands that I could name, and if I didn't name your band, I'm sorry. That's why I'm like,
No, that's okay. Let me rephrase it. How about this? What's the one that blew your mind? I can't believe we just did that show. What's the one?
Oh my God, it had to be Avatar. It had to be Avatar.
I was thinking that. You guys, that was a huge show. I was so proud of you guys for that, man. Happy for you.
Thank you. I am still blown away by that opportunity and just by how the whole experience was, because getting to the Clyde and playing the Clyde for the first time after having that be on the goal sheet for so long, like, yes. And then they were so nice, so professional. I mean, going back, like, we walked backstage to our green room and it said Mantra of Morta, dressing room 3. And it was like, what is this? And then, like, they're all there. Johannes and just everybody. And, like, they're just standing there, no makeup, just chilling. And I'm like, hi. And, like, they're like, thank you for playing the show. And we're so nice. And I was like, holy fucking shit, is this even happening right now? And then the sound in that venue, holy fucking shit, the sound was incredible. And then getting off stage and going back to the merch table, and I walked up there and there was a line of people wrapped around, and I was like, oh, this was for you know, Avatar, or for, you know, and it was for us, man. It was for us. And I
So that will.
I don't know. I'm humbled and I'm
That
thankful.
segues me into this other question because I was going to ask where your favorite place is to perform. And it really...
Oh, man. Okay, so first and foremost, I'm going to say the Music Factory, because the Music Factory was one of the very first stages where we were asked, what's your stage plot? What do you guys like in the monitors? Like, they really honed in our sound. And like a lot of the times you go and it's a throw and go. You know, you throw your shit up on stage and you EQ it as much as you can. Couple hits on the toms, couple hit on, you know.
Like, you good? You good? We're going.
Yep, you good?
Going. We're good?
Yep, okay, here we go. And that's fine. Like, we'll fly by the seat of our pants. No big deal. But it is really nice to be asked and to get to take the extra 5-10 minutes to get everything, you know, sounding good.
Yeah, man, we've always loved the Music Factory, and then every time Metal Fest puts on a show up there, we make sure that we get as much compassionate staff to come and help out as we can. Obviously, our Metal Fest committee, we have several people come in and donate their time to help make these shows run smoothly. I can't thank all those guys enough, because to hear a review like that, I wasn't expecting that so much. So I think from everybody from Michigan, everybody
serious.
from the Music Factory, we thank you so much for that.
It's incredible to be a part of it, to be asked to be back. It really is. And like the Clyde is definitely up there as well, because they went above and beyond to hone in our sound as well. But like I said, the Music Factory was the very first time, and it's been like that every time. And I love it and I appreciate it, you know.
Awesome.
So thank you.
Man.
Thank you guys. Thank you to everybody involved. Yeah.
Yeah, and shout out to Music Factory sound and staff and everybody up there.
Yeah.
Love you guys. All right. So, this is a good one. Would you explain to me your experiences with Michigan Metal Fest? Terrible.
I don't know if you've ever worked with Steve Maple, but or Kill Crown, who puts crown in their name.
Everybody. Oh, yikes.
No,
I can't believe you just like roasted me, you know. That was my favorite name band. It's better than New Skin. Everybody always said Nut Skin all the time.
Nut Skin's awful. God damn, dude. Well, that's okay. Like, I was trying to think of things like how to roast myself, and like the best way to roast myself, honestly, the only thing that I could come up with is like, well, I mean, there's a million things that I could come up with, but relevant to all of this is like, oh, you look so tall on stage, and then what's it like to get off stage and go to the merch table and to be the world's shortest disappointment?
So, or is there a large community of dwarf female vocalists?
Hey man, fuck you. Dio was short. You know? That was a phone call, sorry.
I just can't do this.
Damn it.
my
Hey
God.
man, Lady Gaga's really tiny. I think she's like 5 feet, 5'1", something like that.
My girlfriend is very short. I think my daughter, she's 13, I think she just surpassed Mindy in height, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, no shit.
so
Minnie's
I will
taller
actually
than me.
measure.
I knew she was going to be.
Is she? Is she really?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you wear it well. You really don't seem, like you're short or anything. You don't seem height and...
I hear it. I hear it a lot. I do. And like a lot of the time I am wearing platforms. So
Me
that
too.
helps, to stave that off. Yeah? You wear heels?
All right, let's see here. Oh, well, the Michigan Metal Fest thing.
Yes.
Is
Seriously.
that-
Seriously. this
So,
time.
when was the last time you guys played up there? It was, when did you
Okay,
play?
so we played for the first time. We opened it up, at noon, 2019. And then
19.
yeah, so we played in 2019. And then I think we were booked to play that next year or something, and then COVID happened.
Yes.
And then so we didn't play last year. It was the year before.
23. Yep.
Because Pickles was still in the band, but they were getting ready to have Augie. They were getting ready to have their daughter. Bradley was due any minute. And so CJ filled in on the drums for us for that show. For that year at Michigan Metal Fest. Yeah. So like, man, I'm itching to show Bogey. I'm itching to show Bogey what it's about, because he's not gotten to see the extravagance that is the Leela Arboretum, and that is the whole day of Michigan Metal Fest, because it's magical from top to bottom. It really is. You get there and it's just like the sun's shining, the grass is green, and there's not very many people. But then as the day progresses, it's just filling with bodies, filling with so many familiar faces too, because it's like you don't realize how many people you see at shows all over the place until you all gather like that at a show.
Yeah.
And then it's like, holy fucking shit, I know you, I know you, I know you. Sorry, I don't remember your name. Tell me your name again. I remember your face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's so cool.
We get people from
in the merch alley,
over.
holy fucking shit, the merch alley is amazing. All the different bands setting up, and it's just it's incredible to see all. You could go broke real fast walking down that fucking merch alley.
I do. Every time I spend so much money at that event. I actually the year what was it? I think it was last year. I didn't go to any merch tent the whole time I was there. I'm like distracted.
I'm not trying to go broke.
Well, no, I wanted to.
Busy.
I was so upset
you're
at
busy.
the end of it. And then I was like, wait a minute, I didn't even get any merch from like anybody, man. And like they'll
we need a runner.
even, you know,
Steve,
they'll even
Steve
give me the
needs
merch.
a merch runner.
Like if I go there and I look at the merch, they're like, hey, Steve, you can have a thing. Like all I gotta do is walk up to it most of the time and I can at least get something. But no, I didn't. I always have regrets at Metal Fest. To tell from my reports about Metal Fest, I have too much work to do, and I will regret missing certain bands, not being able to hang out with friends. I don't get quite the same experience.
Yes.
Yeah, so the thing that makes me very joyous is seeing everybody and knowing that everybody is like the happiest that they can be. That like fuels me. I get to enjoy that all year long. All year long. So while I'm at the event, it's very common for me to not really get a lot of one-on-one time.
You don't get to live in the moment.
A lot of real band.
Yeah.
Not too
you don't
much.
Get to live
I
in the
kind of got to
moment.
put out fires and move around and make sure everything's going right. You know, it's a huge undertaking.
Oh my god, putting out fires. Holy shit, dude. Holy fucking shit. I fucking remember that. I remember that.
Yeah, there was a lot. It was so 2000
side stage of.
Oh god. Oh yeah. Well, and then 2019, the first year you played there, that was the first year I was able to feel relaxed. Like I had a crew that started to build up, and they're like, "Yeah, this is our third year, dude. Just like we don't need you. You can keep walking." I'm stopping by everybody's station, like, "What do you need, man? How's it going? Like, is it fucked up?" You know, because the first couple of years it was like, you know, you're just like, we never put on a festival before. You know, so like to learn how to properly manage and operate a festival was something that you only get one day a year to practice this.
Right. It's not like you can do a fucking dry run of that.
Exactly. So now by, what is this, year 7? You know, we've got so much of it down and we're so confident about it.
Lucky number 7, dude. Hell yeah.
Our biggest thing that we improved over last year and the year before was our hospitality. Now every band gets catering.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. We have so much going on.
A fed artist is gonna work for you. At least me.
And it's a hard, long day. We ask a lot of people to be there all day long, and some of the artists are traveling in, and they don't, They don't have a lot of extra money to just be buying food all day long, even though it's really good food there. And you want to stop at least once and get get something. But one of the meals we feel like should be a good meal, and we want it to be on us so that you're really feeling that warmth from us, that we genuinely are glad that you're there. We genuinely want you to feel good when you make it through your day. We want you to be strong. We want you to be hydrated. We want you to leave there feeling like it was a very important thing that you had to go to, and you are very glad that you did.
That's an incredible thing to do for artists and for bands in the community, honestly, Steve. So I thank you personally, and the band thanks you, because I just, like, a lot of places, you go and you play their shows and it's like, sure, you get free beer all day. And it's like, I mean, that's cool, but like, what about like food and water? I don't want beer.
Unfortunately, it's something that they don't really think about a lot. And even me, I would say back then, it was something that I didn't think about so much the first few years, I have to accredit a lot of our evolution to Ashley, my assistant. A lot of you know her as Carol.
Ashley, thank you.
But she came in 2019 and was a VIP. She was a pregnant VIP. And we got done with the show. I hit her up a couple days later. I'm like, hey, Ashley, old school friend of mine. So how'd you like it, man? How'd you like this show? She's like, oh, this show was cool. I was like, how was VIP? She goes, if you want me to be honest, it sucked.
Oh my gosh, what? Bless her for being honest. Fuck yeah.
And she says,
yeah,
she said it sucked. She's like, I didn't, there was barely anybody there to get me drinks. There was no food. There was no bathroom for VIP. She's like, you just kind of, you missed the mark with a lot of the really important VIP aspects. And I go, well, Ashley, to tell you, she's like, you just need, she goes, you need to do this, and this. And I go, well, Ashley, I don't have time to do all that. I said, if you really feel like you can do a better job, maybe you should just do it. And so that was the beginning of our working relationship. She took over VIP for the first year, and then
so she stepped up then. Fuck yeah.
Stepped up big time. Yeah. She made our VIP program robust and amazing, and we sell out our VIP program now with I think it was 150 last year. It's insane, man.
Dude, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
Absolutely. And then she saw me struggling as a business owner, trying to run all of these companies that I do at the landscape company.
It's hard out here for independent artists.
Yeah,
it really is.
She saw that struggle, and she knew that I had been looking for a personal assistant for at least a few years, trying to bounce between these companies. And it's a hard position to fill because it's not always full-time, or sometimes it's a lot of time, So she goes in the winter and she has maybe a week or two off. But then in the summer, it jacks up, all the hours get higher, we're doing all kinds of stuff. So she's basically helped me add a personal touch back into my stuff instead of feeling like I was just so bogged down with too many things. It's back to being passionate now. Everything I do is just incredibly inspired and passionate, and I'm back to the person that I need to be to represent the best way for everybody else that I'm broadcasting to.
That's good. That's amazing to hear. Balance is so important because it's like, you try to have your fingers in all these different things and you want them to succeed, but it's like, okay, what's the rotation to where you don't burn yourself out and try to pour into other people's glasses from an empty glass. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I'm glad that you're finding that balance because it is difficult, but you got this. Yeah. You got this. You got the perseverance. You can do it.
I got it more than ever right now, man. I gained that 20 pounds back that I lost during the divorce and the move and all the stuff that went on. It'll still be June before I'm into my home that I'm settling into. So right now we're in interim housing, if you will, until we get into the place that we're supposed to be at. This is actually my future house. I'm in my brother's basement. This is my office.
Okay.
I've moved halfway in. They have a situation that they have to resolve before they can sell the house, and that'll be in June. So it's almost like this almost stressful
period.
Home transitional period, but it's happening in the middle of everything else going as well as it could possibly go. So it's just like I'm blessed beyond measure right now and very appreciative
Gratitude.
and ready to produce for everybody, because I know that's what my lot is. You know, my job in life is to put on these events and to bring joy to other people. You know,
You do a great job.
I take to the
You
heart.
do a great job, and you're willing to grow, and you're willing to listen, and that's a huge part of it. You know, it's not just it's a team effort. You know, and you got to have that clear communication, and you got to have a team willing to put up with those days where it's not easy. And communication is quick and assertive and just a couple words, you know? It's
right.
I don't
that's
have
my boy
time
Ken over
to...
there too. Him and I be like that too all the time, man. It's like good days we be yakking forever.
High stressful situations, you got to be able to still communicate clearly, and that is make or break for a band too, because a lot of it is hurry up and wait. Or a lot of it is high stress and then nothing for a long period of time. So it's like finding the balancing act is to where you don't go crazy and you have enough work to keep you busy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a team that's going to help come in and, you know, situate everything for you, or to help be a part of, you know, getting what needs done accomplished, if you will.
Yeah. On that note, we came up with a lot of extra events.
Oh, yeah?
So I'm going to give you a little bit of an inside scoop here. So we did start an annual cancer benefit.
Fuck cancer.
So, you know, I was very inspired by Nathan back in the day. He's a great guy. I really liked working with him on his Mosh Out the Masses events.
Yes.
So that's how we met. If we were wondering where we met, that was how we met. It was when he brought us to an event that you guys were headlining down in Indiana.
It was at the Water Bowl.
Oh, no, before then. Because it was a club. It was a small club.
It was Valhalla. It used to be Docks, then it was Valhalla. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's
Mosh
where
Out
we
the
met.
Masses ran for quite a few years too, so that's why But yeah, you are so right. Oh my gosh.
So, you know, I this came about organically. It wasn't like I was kind of sitting around wondering how to do it. We had Ashley's best friend actually just got diagnosed with a really aggressive form of breast cancer. So we already had a show set up. Yeah, thank you. We already had a show set up May 3rd that we already had some good bands coming to, and so we got it booked the rest of the way now. It's not announced or anything, but it's going to be a yearly event, so I want to make sure that you guys come and be a part of it at least next year or at some point. That's the one event that I want to make sure you guys circle around to. This year it's so cool, man. We've already got it's like $2,500 to $3,000 worth of expenses covered. We covered all the bands, all the production, and we're covering catering so that everybody can buy a plate. That way, all the bands are paid and fed, and then everybody else there can buy a plate, and then all the ticket money and all the food money and plus money that were raised inside can all go to the beneficiary money, all the beneficiary.
That is fucking awesome, dude. That is amazing. Oh my gosh.
So, that's really cool.
I love to hear it. That's amazing.
So this was great, man. I'm really highly enjoying myself.
Glad you had a good time.
Yeah,
Good.
Man.
Me too.
I like this because
I gotta pee, but that's about it.
Yeah, I'm there too. So we're wrapping it up.
Cool.
But man, it's been awesome catching up with you, Jessie. As always, I can't wait to see you at the event coming up here, and then I'd like to talk to you about when we're gonna book you guys again.
Hell yeah.
So we'll always book you because you guys are a part of our home.
Thank you, man. Like I said, you guys are our family, so I appreciate it. I really do. We do.
Yeah,
the band does.
Good. Well, I appreciate all of you guys. Make sure to send my love and give hugs to all of them, especially Josh. Make it a really long, uncomfortable one. Give them, say this is from Steve, and then give them like real eye contact, just like hugging,
Okay.
but like right here, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do me solid, please. Is he watching?
No, I mean, he's gonna see that when he watches this interview, and he's gonna be like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?"
Yeah.
He puts up with my shit, but you know what? It's okay. It's all in fun. So
Good. It's
we
all
love
good.
you. We love you so much. You guys are amazing. Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Michigan Metal Fest community. Everybody that works so hard and endlessly to put together all of these different festivals, all these different shows. It is just an honor to be a part of all of this, and from the bottom of my heart, gratitude from my heart and their hearts, the band's heart, our whole heart.
Oh my God. Thank you so much, Jessie. Mantra of Morta, everybody. Have an amazing day until next time.
Until next time, Steve.
Bye, Jessie.